$15 games picked. You got 7 out of 15. I got 8 out of 15. There were 3 games that pushed, which caused us to lose.
I thought we were talking about Lions today.
We are. Oh, I didn't realize we were live yet. My bad. Oh, I heard Matt LaFleur. I should have known we were live. Coach of the only 0-1 team in the division.
It takes more.
Takes more than that. Victory Monday. Is it overreaction Monday, though?
Only if you're a Homer fan from the other teams.
What a game.
Let's do it.
Hey, yo, the lies so that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, hands open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes wet. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose what I get to, never lose move on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running it maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision and pay me, it's never this way. We indigenous, maybe we winning is crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. It's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. It's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. It's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity.
Yeah. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Victory Monday right here on the Lion Villain Report. I am your host, Russell Wayne, and we are broadcasting live into this spot where we now have 53,000 villains strong right on the Facebook page. Thank you for following. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking the content as it comes out right here. And we are broadcasting live into the Detroit Lions News Podcast. Thank you to Joe Chapp and the boys for allowing us onto your platform and helping us grow the Villain Squad fan base right there. And we are broadcasting live into YouTube, the Villain Squad YouTube, as well as JC Sports and the Huddle Sports Network, ran by Bill the Packer fan and Mike the Bear fan. And you know what? I hate their team, but we don't hate the people because we believe in faith, family, and then football. That means that we put our faith and our family first, which means I can like Bill the Packer fan, and I don't have to, hate on this guy. I can wish the best in his life, but I can hate his football team. And it's okay to do that because we have our priorities straight with faith, family, and then football. This show always brought to you by our affiliate marketing partners with the NFL shop. You can use the Villain Squad link. Yes, you can use the Villain Squad link with promo code NFL24 for free shipping right there. Thank you for supporting our page because we're just a bunch of blue collar dudes. Wait, I said dudes. That means there's two of us. All right, here, right there. Let's welcome to the program, the myth, the man, the legend, Main Event Mike. He's feeling good.
Good morning, Russ. Sorry I'm late. I was in a Packers group trolling.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it Overreaction Monday, Mike? Are we here? Are we ready for?
Well, you got the belt on. I got the trophy in the background.
We got. That's a tremendous looking trophy you have right there. Wow, tremendous. What a game! I want to thank everybody first and foremost to the ones that came out to the Lion Villain cast right there. We did. Get it. We didn't get the page shut down. I ended up just deleting the stream afterwards after we figured that it didn't work, and it did work for the Steelers game. So I wanted to try it, make sure. Ended up coming back on, had some people just did the audio broadcast. So you and I are going to be doing this villain cast anyway, but we're going to be doing it audio style because I know that you would have loved doing that play-by-play, Mike. So give me the thoughts on the game, man. I'm dying to hear what you got to say about this.
I don't know, man. I tell you what, it feels good to get a win. First thing that sticks out to me is the Rams brought it. All right, they came in to win the game, and they brought it. Matt Stafford, 49 pass attempts. They weren't taking any chances. They just come out slinging the ball from the opening kick, and they really brought it. And their young defense showed out. I mean, this offense by the Lions is a juggernaut. And these young players along the D-line and in the secondary for the Rams, they brought it. They had to because their offensive line was beat up so bad. It was a regular MASH unit over there. So the defense came out, tried to set the tone. They did stifle the Lions a little early, but like we always talk about, Russ, the Lions are a deep team. They take them into the deep water. And when you get into overtime, we win Matt Stafford can't even win a coin toss in Ford Field. So that really worked in our favor, winning the coin toss, driving it down their throat, possessing the ball, and just hammering. And when you're getting 4 yards a carry, you don't need to throw the ball much. And they didn't. And they just marched it right down the field, punched it in from 1 yard out to win the game. It was a glorious, beautiful thing. But I'm not going to lie. I was a little scared there when the Lions gave the ball back to the Rams with 4 minutes left and the Rams had the lead. It was looking a little tenuous for me. But, hey, the defense really showed up in the fourth quarter and shut them down on that possession. They get the ball back with a little over 2 minutes left, and they tie the game, and win it in overtime. Wonderful victory by the Detroit Lions.
Man, and you know what? And the SOL fans came out. It was such a beautiful victory for that reason. Because if you look through all of the trolling groups, they prematurely at 20-17 all threw in, yeah, look what's going to happen here. Lions are going to blow it like they always do and everything. And those posts didn't age very well, and then they end up looking stupid. So I'm not going to say SOL is dead. SOL is alive and well. And as a matter of fact, the narrative has changed so much that the SOL now, the same old Lions, is when you're down, you can expect this team to go down, tie the game, and then run it down their throats, run it down their throats, run it down their throats. And what are you going to do about it? You're not going to do anything about it because that was a dominating performance by the offensive line in that overtime period. There was no question in the minds of anybody that was out there on offense that Matt Stafford was not going to get the ball back. He was going to get to sit on the sideline like he did last year and watch the Lions win again. That's 2-1 with Goff versus Stafford right there. I think that the book is closed on that. Goff owns Stafford in one-on-one competition here when you're talking quarterback versus quarterback. When he was a Ram, he beat the Lions. When he was a Lion, he beats the Rams. It is what it is. Let's get into some of these comments, Mike. Going in here, Henry Gray in the house, Fred Peterson in the house, Faith, Family, and Football. I love my squad. I love my squad of peeps right here. Dwayne Keene is in the house. Davey in the house. I love Dwayne putting these things out there. Let's go Detroit Lions Pride NFC North Division Championship title. All grit, never back down. Never back down. That sounds like an 80s karate movie right there. I mean, insert any 80s karate star. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal. Never back down. Never back down. Not one time.
Michael Jai White stars in Never Back Down 2.
Oh my God. Oh, he went there. Woo. Oh God. I didn't put the thing in here. Let me throw this into the comments for all of my gear people, the Lions gear. In the comments, I'm going to throw our link in there to anybody that wants to use the Villain Squad link and go get themselves a Ragnow jersey like I have right there. I just threw that into the comments, and that's our link right there. It's not going to spam you. We're not going to do anything because, for one, Jeff Addison takes all the spammers out of the group. We ain't going to let anybody sell you any bull crap tickets or anything like that. We own the page, so we should be the ones putting the links in there, right? Use our link, support our page, and we appreciate that. Feels good from Jonathan right there. Paul Jones, happy Victory Monday. And Dwayne says, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and you know what? I should say this like Christopher Walken. It says charging team that will not yield in the blue and silver wave and stand and cheer the brave. Rah, 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 rah. Go hard. Win the game. With honor, you keep the fame and down the field and gain a Lions victory.
Oh my gosh. Love it.
That's the fight song done like Christopher Walken. Oh, wait a minute. J-Mo. Right there. Where's the bus guys at? J-Mo's a bust, right? Mike, isn't J-Mo a bust? That's what I thought that they said.
Well, the jury's still out when you're the 12th overall pick. That was a nice game last night. Great touchdown, but not a bust does it not make.
So he's not a bust anymore. There can be deniers. Mike wants to call him a bust. I'm not going to call him a bust. 105 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown. What are you going to do without Laporta? You can't do nothing without Laporta or Amon-Ra St. Brown. They combined for 3 catches for like 12 yards or whatever. Our 2 top guys. Well, what happens when you bunch up the middle, Mike? What did I tell you? What happens when you bunch up the middle because you're trying to stop all of those yak yard guys from the middle? Oh, look, it's Tre'Davious White on the outside, one-on-one with Jameson Williams. What happened? Oh, man, your shoes are back there. Your jock strap's back there. Wide open touchdown. You can't cover this guy one-on-one, Mike.
Man, what a great double move that was. He had Tre'Davious White hook, line, and sinker. He's so quick in and out of the move. So bad that Tre'Davious White had to grab him and hold him because he knew what was coming, got the penalty that was declined, and J-Mo just trots into the end zone. Just a great play, and hopefully that's a preview of what's to come. You got a lot of other fan bases in the chat this morning, Russell.
That's cool. What are they? Are they trying to minimize?
Not at all. No, they're all giving props, in fact.
Okay. Let's go through these.
I mean, we got Jason MC, who's a great Vikings fan, says nice comeback. We got Mike the Bear fan in here as well, telling us good job. Congrats on the win. So kudos to these other fan bases for giving some love this morning on the main event.
No, wait a minute. Where's the Packer fans, though? Wait a minute.
As usual.
The thing. What do those 2 fan bases have in common, Mike?
They both won yesterday.
Oh, they have victories. Of course, they're going to kudos on but good victory for the Bears. That was a great comeback victory for them as well. Mm-hmm. And really, what did I tell you about the Vikings, man? Sam Darnold, go out there. Aaron Jones.
We both said that. Don't underestimate this Vikings team. I mean, we both said that because. I'll tell you what, you're right to your point, though. Where are the Packer fans this morning? Isn't that typical? Isn't that typical of Packer fans. When they lose, they're nowhere to be found.
Where did they go? I'm looking through here. I want to see if we can find one. Not even Steve.
No Packer fans this morning.
No Steve in here either. Wow. I mean, usually Steve will at least come in. Yeah. I love the Packer fans that have like their own. I'm not even going to give them the props on there, but the ones that came in all talking tough last year, their page starts with something in the Frozen category. But they don't show up. They want to go in their own little show with all their little Packer guys and be like, oh, yeah, we're over here. We're so good over here. We're not. But you have their own little group of people that they like to yap. But they don't want to have any real conversation with the other fan bases when they lose. They just want to go over here and count their trophies.
And they don't even have any ammunition today to fire back. Well, we'll get it together. You'll see. Because now they know Jordan Love's out at least 4 to 6 weeks. So they're just in a hole today, like Saddam Hussein this morning.
Sarah, the Bike Queen, right here. She's got the victory money for everyone except the Packers. So Dwayne says the team in the past would have lost the game. Yes, but the team finds ways and never quit. It's all grit, never back down, and that's the truth. The new same old Lions, because I mean, really, we've been the Lions the whole time, right? But the narrative has changed at the end of the games. This team is a fourth quarter team over and over and over again. Even if they lose the game, they're going to come and they're going to bite your kneecaps. They're going to do all that stuff, and they're going to be in the game at the end of the game. I don't think there's going to be some beat downs this year of this team because it wasn't the greatest game in the world, Mike. I mean, you're not going to be able to point at a whole bunch of dominating things, but they finished at the end of the game. That's where they were playing their best football, and that's what you really want out of any team that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Monty was on a mission. Barry says that right there. Helen says, I cussed and screamed and hollered. They were on point. Bear down, Mike. Congrats on the win. I mean, I give these guys props coming in here and giving the props where the props is due. I expected a lot of you got lucky type of stuff in here, and I'm glad that I'm not seeing that. Get some sportsmanship in here, shaking hands after the game's over. I like that. Charlie Lee, let's go Lions. From Louisiana, baby. That would be where the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, is coming in there, and he's going to do. I don't do a very good Dusty Rhodes. The American dream, Dusty Rhodes.
It's the American dream, Dusty Rhodes.
I'm the common man. I'm the son of a plumber.
What are you gonna do when the big elbow comes down on you?
That's right, baby. That's right. What you gonna do? That's right, brother. The Detroit Lions are running wild, dude. They're running wild. They did the Muhammad run the ball in OT. There's the NFL, the NFL shot page right there. I guess I am a little bit back right there. Don't mess with the spawn. Charles Lee did the fresh legs from James. It's a great thing for overtime. Yeah, they did. That's a good point right there too. Like, you didn't see as much David Montgomery during the game. You know, I mean, he did have he had more carries than everybody else, but they did a good job of just running the offense and keeping him fresh. Because by the time they got to the fourth quarter, when they handed him the ball 7 straight times, it's like, what are you going to do with that? With Penei Sewell running downhill, with Frank Ragnow running downhill on you, that's the last thing you want to see in overtime after you've been spent and you've been working your ass off trying to just stay par with what the Lions were doing. And it was over when they won the coin toss, Mike. It was over. There was nothing that was going to stop Frank Ragnow from just pushing people out of the way. I mean, you're talking 7 yards, 9 yards, 20 yards, just like, shut up and get out of my way. We're about to win this game. Like, let's get out of here real quick so our fans can start celebrating. We've messed around with this team long enough.
Mm-hmm.
We're done.
uh, uh, can I pop a comment in here, Russ? Maurice, good morning. Ford Field was rocking last night. Maurice, we did get your private message too, Maurice. I have a question for anybody. And Fred Peterson says, I don't understand why they did a ceremony for Stafford before the game. Please let us know. Did they do that ceremony? Because I didn't see it. We were doing the villain cast and I didn't see it. Russ, do you have any knowledge of them doing the ceremony?
I don't know if they did. I hate the fact that they would even want to do it, like, and celebrate Stafford, like, in the season.
But did they do it?
I don't know if they did it or not. I think it was stupid if they did.
Put it in the chat if you were at the game. We want to know, did they do that tribute to Stafford, and did the crowd chant Jared Goff when they did it? That's what I'm intrigued to know. So
Paul Jones says, oh, the comments should be read like Christopher Walken. That's how you give rib shots in the fourth quarter with Matt Stafford. The stat, Matthew. Is Matthew? Is it Matt? I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So Maurice says no, he didn't see it. And Fred says that Chris Collinsworth mentioned that they did it. So I have yet to confirm that it was actually done in Ford Field, that they did the tribute before the game. Doesn't matter at this point, I realize, but I am intrigued to know if it was actually done.
Well, it does matter because we have a whole bunch of people out there calling the villain classless for even mentioning the fact that, well, how could you not, after all that Matt Stafford has done for this football team? What has he done? What the hell has Matt done that any other football player that's played for the Lions hasn't done? Did Matt Stafford work harder than Jonah Jackson or Ndamukong Suh or Darius Slay or any other player that's played for the Lions? Did he work harder than that? Because he sure as hell didn't win any meaningful games here. He didn't win a playoff game. He didn't win the division. So what exactly has he done outside of charity work? In which, if you want to honor Matt Stafford at the Ford charity event where they're donating money to needy people and everything like that, build a statue. Matt Stafford is one of the greatest human beings on earth when it comes to giving back to the community. If that's the thing, build a statue. Matt Stafford's awesome. Honor him. Honor him at the charity. But right before war, right before we go out there, how disrespectful is that to Jared Goff, who's actually done something for the football team? Detroit Lions. He won 2 playoff games. He took the Lions to a place that anybody under the age of 25 doesn't even know what the hell I'm talking about. What 2 playoff win? They hadn't won a playoff game. If you're 25 years old, you weren't even born yet. Come on. Jared Goff has done more for this football team than Stafford in 2 years than Stafford did in his entire career here. And where is the Jonah Jackson tribute? That's what I got to say. He played in a game, and he's done more for this city than Matt Stafford has. Jonah Jackson, where's his tribute? So all the people that Stafford played with a dislocated shoulder. I mean, all of those things are true. He was a great player while he was here. I mean, I don't think that there's anybody that would be mad about what Stafford accomplished here. But this, after the fact, I want to justify my Detroit Rams jersey that I have in my closet. Leave that over there. If you don't want a fan like that, that's fine. The villain. Well, I mean, we're not going to make fun of you for fanning the way that you want to fan. You got to cope. When you're a Lion fan, you've been losing all those times, you got to cope. And if the way that you cope was to follow Stafford over to the Rams for that one little spot and you're still Lion, that's fine. But don't come at me or the villain because we wanted to fan in a way where we want to cheer for Detroit Lions. And when you don't play for our team anymore, I'm not going to cheer for you anymore. Mm-hmm. And when Stafford retires, give him his flowers, man. He was one of the greatest Lions of all time. Give it to him. But Not during the game, not before war. I mean, I hope they did it an hour and a half before the game started, Mike, to where it really didn't affect any of the motion of the game, because the 12th man is a real thing. And if you're going to do a tribute for the opposite quarterback, that is going to take away from the energy if you do it in the wrong way. And I don't know. That is the villain stance on that. We want a fan about what our team is accomplishing right now. And there's a beautiful thing about going to a game and cheering for the bad guys, cheering for the home team, booing. You know, that's what's the beauty about being a fan, is that you get to boo the other team. And there's a reason they shake hands after the match is over. Because they do have mutual respect for it. If I say don't do a Matt Stafford tribute, it's not because I hate Matt Stafford. It's because that's not the rules of war. That's not the rules of war. We're about ready to go to war. I don't need to do a tribute for you. Did Muhammad Ali do a tribute for Joe Frazier because how great he was before the fight was over? No, they waited till after the fight was over, and then they do tributes about great fights.
And Matt Stafford's near the end of his career. Okay, so when he retires, bring him and Kelly back to Ford Field for Matt Stafford Day. You get a free Matt Stafford bobblehead, right? Something. And then you know what? We will stand and give him a standing ovation for a long time, because you will see the love and appreciation that this city has for people that give as much as he did to this team. And I know that your narrative there, your comments there, like, what's he really done? But he inspired this fan base for a long time. And for that, he does deserve his flowers. Just not in the first game of the season, before we even take the field for our Super Bowl run. Sorry. Okay. And if y'all don't know what Russ is talking about, we made a post over on the Villain Squad page on Facebook that said, please chant Jared Goff during the Stafford tribute. And that has received so much hate, over 300 comments on that post alone, of people calling us out as classless, as, you know, let's show a little more class than that. We didn't say boo him, call him a bastard. We just said chant Jared Goff. And I'm really ashamed that some people are so triggered over something like this and they don't see the other side of the coin. We certainly can see your side. We love Stafford. I got signed Matt Stafford football right there behind me. Love Stafford. Loved him. But he doesn't play for us anymore. And to have a tribute during a season for a player that's playing on the other team is not good business sense.
It's the truth. And the thing is like, calling us classless is to me, it really just shows a part of your character, because we didn't call anybody a name or say anything negative in that post. Being a fan and cheering for your team and finding new ways to cheer for your team, absolutely, I'm going to chant Jared Goff during that deal. And I would love to go out and celebrate Matt Stafford, like you said, after his career's over. I mean, there's a lot of great Lions players that I would love to celebrate. When Darius Slay, when he retires, I want to celebrate him too. You know, I can celebrate Reggie Bush now. You know, I can celebrate these guys, the Nate Burlesons. There's a lot of guys that helped the Lions get over the hump. It wasn't just this last regime. I thought that Jim Schwartz did a good job at turning the franchise around a little bit. It was just that pothole that we had called Matt Patricia for a few years, because I didn't think that Caldwell did that bad of a job either. Martin Mayhew, okay. They were okay. They were middle of the pack. We were in the middle instead of the bottom for a while.
Could you imagine being at your wedding and you stand up? I'd like to give a toast to my ex-wife. Come on. Where is the sense in this?
Well, I got good news. Sounds like my transmission will be good. Damn, I need a bigger work truck. Well, that's good news, Fred. Because you got to be able to work. Because most of us work on here. That's what most Lion fans are. You know, Detroit represents, blue collar to me. You know, I think of guys that are like 9-to-5ers working for GM and just supporting their family, all busting their ass. That when I think Detroit, that's what I think. And I'm glad that we finally have a team that like reflects that, you know. We're just gonna grind harder. If I get you in a, if I can't beat you up, I'm gonna put you in a headlock and just wear you down and just fight you until you don't want to fight anymore. And you may even be tougher than me, but you know, I'm just gonna grind. I'm just not gonna give up no matter what, and it's gonna wear you down.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, you're just gonna break on this rock.
I'm gonna go Tom Kennedy on your ass.
And Tom Kennedy. Kudos for Tom Kennedy getting the call up, baby. Tom Kennedy. You can't kill this guy. The dude will not. He gets cut from every team. Every team. He's never made this team before, but he just won't quit because he's got the grit. Get on the practice squad, Tom Kennedy. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to try hard. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be out there. I saw him out there running plays. I don't even think he had a catch. He probably blocked a little bit. Like that's a Detroit Lion football player right there. Tom Kennedy, baby. Let's go. Kirby's interception was big. I mean, red zone. They were about.
Zone, yeah.
I mean, that was.
What a great play. And not it was big, Barry. You're absolutely right. But what a great play that was. That's his ball hawking skill on display right there. Stafford, with all the different arm angles, all the different throws, he's a cagey character to play against, especially now at this point in his career where the game has slowed right down for him, and he sees the field better than any quarterback out there probably right now, as good as Aaron Rodgers, I would think. So, yeah, it's a great call out.
Here's a great call out by Bear Down Mike. You think they're missing Aaron Donald now, especially on that last drive?
I got to give Jared Verse some props, though. The rookie from Florida State, the edge, he looked really, really good. He had a sack in his first game, and he was all over. He had some great plays in the run game from a defensive end as well. He was setting the edge. The kid looks really good. Braden Fisk, the other Florida State product, their second-round pick, he looked good as well. So the Rams are continuing to draft well and build this team back up before the fire and Stafford burns out.
The Lion fan Ann Arbor area, right? Is it me, or does it feel like Detroit Lion fans' love for Jared Goff is 10 times for wanting him to be here and win 2 playoff games than Rams fans' love for Stafford for winning them a Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. That's a great call out.
Do the Rams even have fans? I mean, they don't have a lot of fans. Neither do the Chargers. That whole city of LA is still Raider fans. I hate to break it to you.
Well, they're still Laker fans. Let's be honest. That's a basketball town right there. And like they can win a Super Bowl and they're still like Kobe. Like, there you go.
Let's make another mural of Kobe.
Yeah. We need another mural. Yeah. I thought everybody would be happy today. I am late though. No, we're just I guess we're gloating a little bit because I mean, it's been a long off season, right? When you do this type of thing for a living, what happens is, you know, you get wore down by, you know, the other fan bases trolling and stuff like that. And to finally get a real game and then finally get a win, be 1-0, and, you know, you're justified for a week. And let me explain the rules to you on how we trash talk around here. Like the dumb thing is minimizing. We aren't going to let people minimize victories. Like, I'm not going to come on here and tell you how Caleb Williams isn't all that good and you guys got. I ain't going to come here and say that because it takes a team to win. And if your defense is the thing that steps up and wins the game for you, the Bears deserve absolute kudos for winning that game. The fact of the matter is that Caleb Williams got to play a not so good game and they still got the victory. And you got a rookie quarterback that needs to develop. Regardless of how much talent he has to get involved in that system. And the Chicago Bears found a way to win. The Minnesota Vikings found a way to win. And actually, they did it in dominating fashion. Kudos to the two NFC North teams that got victories. But the Lions also found a way to win. So I'm not going to minimize your victory, and I definitely wouldn't allow it on here. I think it's a weak play, because when you win a game, here's the rules. When you win a game, you get to run through the streets naked with your ding dang hanging out saying, yeah, we won. And you got 7 days. I mean, I'm not going to do that because nobody really wants to see that. But metaphorically, you get to beat your chest for 7 days. That's the way the NFL works. Beat your chest. You got the victory. Even if your team was 3-13 and you made it 4-13, you get to gloat for that victory. We get a victory. Victories lead to victories. So you got 7 days now, guys. Bear fans, jump on top of your mantle and beat your chest. We won the game. We're 1-0. You're tied for first with 2 other teams. Good luck, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
I am disappointed that they did it. If they did a tribute for Stafford, Lions paid him well to win games for Detroit, and that really rarely happened. See, there's some people that are on that side. While he's here, it's just there's in diehard fans like the villain. And what the villain represents, like diehard fans, you just can't do it. I can't root for the other team. I mean, we can shake hands when the career's over.
And we can give a nod. We can give a nod like to the Minnesota Vikings, like Sarah says here in her comment, that their defense looked good. The offense was balanced, runs and passes. It was a great win to start the season. Sam Darnold at one point, 10 for 10. Okay, so absolutely great win. I mean, you did play one of the worst teams in the league, but you smoked them. You didn't just barely beat them. You smoked them, and you beat them in their house. So the Vikings are not going to roll over. They're a proud team. They're a well-coached team. They're going to be a problem as well to get through. And I think the Bears showed a lot of resiliency, being down 17-0. I had the Tennessee Titans as my lock pick, and I was getting points, and the Bears came back, not only won the game, but covered the spread. Special teams and defense. It's a 3-phase game, folks. There are 3 phases to the game, and the Bears dominated 2 of those 3, and that was enough for them to get a win. And I know that everybody's trashing the Packers and Jordan Love going down, but that was a really tough Philadelphia team that they were playing on another continent, and they still kept the game close, and they didn't look bad. Jaden Reed is an absolute dog. So it's just like we expected. The first week did not disappoint. It's going to be a tough row to hoe here in the NFC North this year.
Yeah, but I'm on the opposite side of that when it comes with the Green Bay Packers right there. The thing is like you get to beat your chest when you win. I am not going to help them beat their chest when they lose. Jaden Reed was a bright spot, but that was it. 10 penalties. That team didn't look disciplined. I mean, for all the shit that Packer fans talked all during the offseason, your team looks like trash with Jordan Love on the team. I have no idea what you're going to do now. For 6 weeks. So
don't you think bringing up Malik Willis was kind of an arrogant thing too? I mean, you sent Sean Clifford to the practice squad and then signed Malik Willis as the number 2. Now they're talking to Ryan Tannehill. How crazy is that if they do bring in Tannehill? Now you have Tannehill and Malik Willis again, like they were together in Tennessee. So Sean Clifford didn't look bad. He's only had 1 NFL pass. By the way, it was a 37-yard touchdown. I think it was very arrogant to bring in Malik Willis. Like Jordan Love was beyond getting hurt or something. I mean, why would you go in with that plan? A guy that hasn't even been in your system. 2 weeks later, you're the first, second game of the season. Now your quarterback goes down and you're stuck with Malik Willis as your starting quarterback. I can't imagine that Green Bay is just going to sit on their hands and let it go like this. You want me to read these comments, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead.
This one from Fred. Do you think Napoleon had ceremonies for his enemies' generals for how great they were? Talking about Stafford, of course. Broski Bear's in the house. What's up? He says you beat your chest for 1 day and then it's back to work. All right, Broski Bear, let's hear you beat your chest a little bit. Smoking Jeremy B in here says his top 4 Lions from yesterday's game was Jamison Williams, David Montgomery, Alex Anzalone, and Kirby Joseph. Big M in the house says 1-0, baby. Good start. Let's get it rolling. Brent in the house said, I never thought the Vikings are going to be weak. They have too much talent. Yeah, but there were a lot of people, Brent, that were calling them trash and this and that. And here at the Villain Squad, we were so fast, guys. We saw Nick Mullins put up 400 yards on the Lions last year. The team is no joke with the weapons that they have. So,
Mike, one thing that we got so excited here talking about, just the victory in general. I just kind of wanted to go through some of the stats right here, and hit. Stafford was 34 for 49 for 317 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. I mean, that was a pretty good playing at the end of the game. I mean, Stafford proved why he's one of the elite quarterbacks. Kyron Williams was 18 carries for 50 yards. 2.8 yards a rush, 1 touchdown. The Lions stopped the run. That's just what they do. They had a couple trick plays that worked with Cooper Kupp and Ronnie Rivers running the football, but for the most part, the Lions live up to the identity of being a team that's going to stop the run. And now Lions on offense, I mean, Goff was 18 for 28, 217, a touchdown and an interception. And the interception, I wouldn't necessarily say was his fault. That was a pretty good play by the DB, and had it right there with Amon-Ra St. Brown and him like going to catch the ball at the same time right there. So defensive back made a play. Jared Goff played a pretty clean game. David Montgomery was 17 carries for 91 yards, and 7 of those in overtime, 5.4 yards a carry and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with 3.5 yards a carry, 11 carries, 40 yards. But Gibbs getting 4 catches for 34 yards, getting him more involved in the pass game right there. So that's good. On defense, Alex Anzalone. Holy crap. You're talking 13 tackles, and 3 of them were tackles for loss. I mean, Alex Anzalone is a stud that was supposed to be a guy off the bench, Mike. And wow, what a great game for Alex Anzalone. Huge sack for Aiden Hutchinson for him to show up on the last play of the game to make sure it goes to overtime. Showing up right there. Kirby Joseph with a huge interception. It's a team effort, Mike. That was just a little bit of we didn't say any of the stats. Maybe you stats.
No, that's all right. We do have some new faces in the chat today. I want to give a nod to them. Mark Orlando in the house. What's up, Mark? Welcome to the program. Let's do a tribute for the 12th man. And our old friend John Kapler, the bad guy. Well, we got that close one over with. Pew. I think that's phew. And of course, the Lions do get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next week. John Herman in the house. It's a great day for Lions fans. Welcome to the program, John. And Justin Murray says, I agree with you guys 100%. Been a Lions fan since 89. Lots of heartbreak. Stafford is great. Nothing but love, but he's in our way. Great call out.
Yeah, and we're like we said, man, we're not taking anything away from Stafford, but it's I think that we give him too much praise from a Lion fan standpoint. You can tell me all day long that he went to a different team and won a Super Bowl. I mean, it's the truth. He went to another team, but if you're going to tell me that he's the only one that deserves credit from that team, he saved that team. Von Miller saved that team. Aaron Donald saved that team in the Super Bowl. Jaquiski Tartt saved Matt Stafford by dropping an interception in the NFC Championship. Stafford didn't carry that team anywhere. He was on a team that won the Super Bowl, and it is what it is. It is what it is. He wasn't the plus over the top player. It was the defense on that team that pushed them over the top. 2 sacks for Von Miller in the Super Bowl. 2 sacks for Aaron Donald in the Super Bowl. That's how you win. Defense wins championships right there when it comes. But I'm not going to take anything away from Stafford in his career. He's got a Super Bowl ring now. All those stats to go along with it. He's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. First ballot. Got a Super Bowl now. It's undeniable. The numbers were already there. We were talking about how he could be a going into the Hall of Fame without going to a Super Bowl. His numbers are so damn good. with the Super Bowl, it's a lock. I mean, it's a lock. We had a Hall of Fame quarterback here, baby.
Mm-hmm.
But he just didn't do anything here. He couldn't beat winning teams here. Couldn't win playoff games here. Couldn't win the division here. Sorry, Mike, I'll shut up.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'm just showing some of these comments. I love some of these comments. Brent says J-Mo had over 100 yards. That's right. He had a career high 112 yards. Welcome back to the program. Chuck, great to see you in here running late. Good morning.
That's
what
Muskegon.
a win. And David Barnett, to your point about Anzalone, says Thor brought down the hammer. Detroit Darcy, who came on the Villacast live from Ford Field with Mark Schmidt last night. Good morning, Darcy.
For one of the 5 minutes that we were allowed to do it.
Like this call also by Jeremy, that last night he became only the 8th defensive player to achieve 10 plus tackles and 3 tackles for loss in the same game since 1994. What a great call. Thomas in the house. What is up? JMO is better. A lot of new faces in here this morning. Victory Monday, Russell. A lot of new villains. I love it.
You know, it's sometimes it's like not everybody does the off season, right? I mean, there are some diehard fans that are out there that, you know, probably do it smarter than we do because we you know, dive into it 365 days a year. But the smart fans are like, hey, look, training camp don't matter. Preseason don't matter. I'm going to turn football off until it's time for football. Oh, it's time for football. And then a whole bunch of a flooding of awesome, like seasonal fans that come in during the season are here. And that's okay. You don't have to be obsessed dummies like we are following it 365 days a year. So,
Darcy Maville wants to tell everybody that he predicted for JMO 1137 yards and 11 TDs. Well, guess what, Darcy? I predicted 1136 and 10 TDs. So,
oh, yeah.
Like Price is Right. $1.
Well, just so you guys know, if he, you know, when you're talking about these little sample sizes, 5 catches, 121 and a tutty, if he does that 16 more weeks in a row, he's going to have over 2,000 yards and, you know, 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, he
17
did
touchdowns.
Good. He did look good.
I mean,
he just.
And what did I tell you, Mike?
It's such a great preseason. He just carrying it over, right, from the camp and training camp and all the reports we got. I think that's what we saw last night. Go ahead, Russ.
Well, I mean, what did I tell you about Jameson Williams? It's not going to be in volume, right? It's not going to be. He's not going to have, you know, 18 catches a game. He's going to have 4 or 5 catches, and he's probably going to average 20 or 30 yards a catch because he's a big play guy. I mean, Goff's going to throw to him when they bracket. You know, that's what happened with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Laporta. It's not that these guys suck. They got a $28 million wide receiver out there that the Rams decided to take away. And the thing is you can take away. You can even take away the great Justin Jefferson. You know, you just got to bracket this guy and you have to defend them in a certain way. But that takes assets from there. And you got Jameson Williams over on the outside, and they left him one-on-one, and they paid for it. That's a huge thing. When you're looking at a whole volume of season, Mike, you're going to look at the whole body right there. And right there, they tried to stop Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, if Jameson Williams didn't have the game and let's say the Lions lost, you would literally have a recipe to beat the Lions. Okay, you bracket these two guys, and they took away the middle of the field. You know, they took away the middle of our running at the beginning of the game too because they defended it like that. But when you left JMO out there, he does a little double move. Well, oh shit! Now we have to pull the safety back. And now what happened at the end of the game? Because I had to block and stop JMO. Oh, you left you left the middle of the field open. Overtime. Nothing you can do about it.
You're going to break a blood vessel in your hand.
Does that sound loud?
It sounded pretty loud. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want my face on the other end of that. That's all.
Damn. That's power.
To your point, Brett says I was amazed that Amon-Ra wasn't involved more, and that's Russ's point. They took him out of the game. They probably went back to the tape in the playoff game and they said, "How did these guys beat us?" And Amon-Ra had 12 catches in that game, or he was hard to stop across the middle of the field. And to Russ's point, they took him away, so they forced us to beat them in other ways, which is exactly what we did. That's a great call out by you, Brent. Thank you.
That's what you got to do. It's the definition of what Brad Holmes made the villain. That's when he was talking about the villain becomes the guy that you left alone. The guy that's going to become, they used their assets to stop Amon-Ra St. Brown and Laporta, which makes Jameson Williams the villain. And he was put into a villain's mindset. He gets a one-on-one, and, that makes your efforts futile, and then you get tutty.
Mm-hmm. I love this comment from David, too. Stafford threw quick from a tiny shrinking pocket. In fact, it was the fastest in history of the NFL, the way he was getting rid of the ball over, I think, what was the sample size was over 3 drives or 3 series or something. He got rid of the ball an average of 2.8 seconds, less than 3 seconds, quick throws to the flat, that bend but don't break defense that AG was playing between the 20s, just letting them have the ball. They're out there on the flat. It was very frustrating, but they stiffened up in the red zone and were able to come out with the win. But I think Jerome makes a great point here too. Says you guys were right about little rusty because of no preseason. Now I know, Russ, that you are not a big in agreement with that very much, but we did say that on Friday's show. I did anyway, that I think that not having some preseason reps, you're going to see maybe this team sputter coming out of the gate in this game. And I think we did see that. We saw some false start penalties. We saw some coaching blunders here in the first quarter that were just minor stuff, but it just was that rust, I think, of not having those preseason reps. And you could say that about any team in week 1.
I guess I don't even really want to defend the comment. I mean, you can, I'll give you that argument. If you want to say preseason rust, that's fine. But I do want to point out that the Green Bay Packers played their starters, during preseason and got the rust off, and they committed 10 penalties in that game, and other teams did that too. I think what you saw, I don't know if it was necessarily rust. I think it was rookies on the Rams side surprising some players on the Lions because they've never seen these guys play. These rookies, that Jared Verse is a real dude, and that may make offensive linemen jumpy when you got guys that are getting off the ball quick right there. So I think that those penalties come from a place of, I'm going to give the Rams credit more than I'm going to say we were rusty from preseason when it comes with that. But I'll let you have that argument because, they did come out rusty. They didn't look great coming out of the gate. They got an ugly win,
Yeah, but you make a great point. It's probably more about what the Rams did do than what the Lions didn't do. I mean, the Rams for sure. That is one big takeaway that how much the Rams came out and how much fight they had in them. You could tell that Sean McVay, as much as we don't like him, I think the guy's a pretty good coach. I love this call from Maurice. How about that run from Jared Goff to get the first down run? And I was thinking of you.
Install the RPO, man. I mean, we got to let Goff. We got to let him loose. Free Goff.
I was thinking of you. I was thinking of you when that was happening. I was like, Russ is probably losing his shit right now.
There goes Goff. He's taking the corner now. It's like, that's nothing that anybody ever wants to see again. Never. Thank you, Goff.
Jared Goff hit his season total over in one run to get that first down, and that was
you want it with the one RPO right there. Now I got to get this thing out here before I don't get a chance. While we have 70 people watching the stream right now, we have a very special guest tomorrow morning. Mike's going to be interviewing Jeff Risdon from Draft Wire and the Lions Wire, one of the writers right there, and he's a guy that is way closer to the Lions than we are. So make sure you join us tomorrow morning. And I hope that I'm important enough that he might show up on the show, but he's agreed to it for right now. So unless something comes up for him, he'll be on the show tomorrow. Mike, are you excited to interview Jeff Riston?
I am, and if any of the villains out there want got a suggestion on a question, maybe I should ask him. You can DM us at the Lions Villain Squad on Facebook or at Main Event Mike. You can send me a DM as well, and maybe a question that I hadn't thought of that might be a good one. If there's something that you might want to hear, let me know. We'll try to get it on there for you. So yeah, I'm excited to interview Jeff Risdon from USA Today. He's the Lions beat writer for USA Today, and he's going to have some insights that knuckleheads like us don't have.
And I cropped that. I might have brought I don't know if he's with USA Today. I think I might have cropped that from a USA Today article, but I know that he's a writer for Lions Wire, and he actually gets to he's one of the guys that actually gets to ask Dan Campbell questions, like be right there and I'm gonna bite a kneecap. He got to see that like live when he I'm gonna bite a kneecap off. He's one of the guys. So I envy that. And it's going to be a pleasure to have him on this show, and you can join me every morning, especially during the season here, at 10 a.m. Mike joins me on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays, we're doing the game reviews. Thursdays, we're doing our lock picks, which we'll have to talk about that a little bit later. When it comes with that. And this episode is brought to you always but man, I can't find my stuff. I'm sorry, Mike.
That's okay.
Yep.
Don't forget that tonight it's the Main Event Football Show at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Russ and I will be back on here. We're going to review our picks that we made on Thursday's show for the NFL slate of games that we made picks for. And I did come out over 50% on my picks this year, and we had about 3 games that were a push, so not too bad for the Villain Squad picking. Be sure to tune in tonight, 7 p.m., and check it out, the Main Event Football Show.
And I did find what I was looking for right here, and this episode is brought to you by NFL Shop. We are affiliate marketing partners with the NFL Shop. You can use promo code NFL24 using the Villain Squad link right there. It might even be able to save you some money, at least on shipping for sure. And I will put that link right into the comments right now. So we appreciate anybody using a link because we're not corporate. This is just one of those, we're doing the best that we can. We're blue collar, baby. We got that grit. We're building it from the ground up. We're undrafted. We're like the undrafted free agents of podcasting. All these other guys got support from all over the place, but you know what? We make it. We came in from the back door.
We're Tom Kennedy. We're the Tom Kennedy of podcasters. They broke our back. They broke our back and shut our page down, and we just keep coming back.
That's right. We got grit. We won't quit. And we did. We had a lot of stuff. No grit. No grit, no glory. Oh, we just lost all of our NFL huddle guys. So we're welcoming them over. So this gives me a good chance to promote the YouTube page right here. Because the YouTube page, what I have to give the YouTube credit for, Mike, is that YouTube actually lets our copyrighted music go onto the page. So I actually have to delete the Facebook version of this show because they're not honoring the agreement that I pay for with the copyrighted music. And I love my No Opportunity song, and I want to be able to keep it. Well, I'm allowed to keep it on YouTube because they actually honor their agreement when it comes with that. So if you want your comment that you comment on there, go over to the YouTube page, hit the subscribe button, because your comment will stay up there forever. Like, we're not deleting that broadcast. They allow the music to be on there. So all you got to do is go over to @Villain Squad on the YouTube, and hopefully like that page. Out of the 60 people hit that or watching right now, hit that like button. It's free, and it helps. It helps our page. It helps us reach more people. If you like football, then you're gonna like us. I mean, or you'll hate us. Either way, you'll watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
good.
Risden on tomorrow. That's a big thing. And then Henry says, what about PFF Tuesday? I'm sure we'll work PFF Tuesday in around that interview as well, because we love PFF Tuesday, looking at who were the performers on the offensive and defensive line back in the backfield. We know Brian Branch, 8 tackles, and he was up around the line of scrimmage a lot. I loved seeing him run free back there. I think it's a little glimpse of what we're going to see this year. And I think this defense is going to get much better. I think the rust that we saw from this team was on defense and offense. And when that gets shaken off, I really like what I saw yesterday on a few of these defensive formations.
I mean, no DJ Reader yet. They're letting him heal up right there. And I can't, you guys, I'm telling you, I am telling you the effect that DJ Reader is going to have on this defense. This is, and Shane, I gotta hit this right here. So you done with the Facebook? No, we're not done. We're still doing we're on Facebook right now. But I'm just saying that if you want your comment to stay on there, just leave it on the YouTube one. But we go live into our Facebook page because there's 53,000 people in there right now. So we don't want to, leave anybody out. So the Facebook page is still going. But I think that's more for our picture content. Mike, you make a lot of good content. I make some content, all of the news, the rumors, the trades, every transaction that happens. We usually have some form of content that goes on there. And, we encourage you to go over and, and join the conversation, find one of the posts that strike a nerve and get in there and make a comment and let your voice be heard, I mean, we just got opinions. The villain has his opinion, and we want to hear what your opinion is too.
Mm-hmm. I got to jump off, Russ. Thanks for having me. God bless everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you tonight at 7.
All right, that's main event Mike right there, and he is going to be live tonight. The main event football show. That's what he hosts, and we're going to go over a lot more of the NFC North matchups tonight, and a lot more of the NFL. Mike goes a lot more broad than I am, but tomorrow morning we're gonna have Jeff Risden on here, and I definitely want to know how he feels about this win and what he saw out there, because he's a lot closer to the action than I am. I mean, I can see what I see, but it's going to be really cool to have him on there. Lions win in overtime. What a great victory that was. 26-20. And just a dramatic fashion, a walk-off victory. I mean, it was glorious from that way, where you can, not play your best game in the world, but still come out with a victory. You got to win some ugly ones. And, get these ugly wins or get these ugly games out of the way at the beginning. I love it. There we go. Later, Mike. Shane saying later, Mike, right there. All right. Main event Mike love right there. Detroit fan man says Jamo said he's never gotten a game ball at any level. Said he might sleep with that one tonight. Love it. I love it. It's good stuff. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite part about the game last night? And that goes for, whoever. I mean, I'm not just talking Lion fan. Lion fan, what was your favorite part about the victory last night? Packer fan, I don't know if there's anything favorite about that. Bear fan, what was your favorite part about the victory? I mean, getting defensive touchdowns. Was that pick six? Was that about the worst throw? I mean, how do you make that throw, Will Levis? Will Levis handed you that game on a silver platter. That would probably been my favorite part of the Bear game. Viking fan, what was your favorite part about that game? Sam Darnold surprised you? Type it in there. Type it in there. I also would like props for calling your win by a field goal. Win by a field goal. I don't understand. They didn't win by a field goal. They won by 6. 26-20. That was a touchdown. That was a stamping touchdown right there. Broski says, I love how no team earns anything besides Lions. Well, this is a Lion show, so I am going to talk about Lions more on this show. I don't understand where you get that from. I thought that we gave the Lions, Bears, and Vikings props right here. Van Ginkel's pick 6, Jason MC right there. I'd love to say that I was surprised about the Vikings, but that was a young defense last year. They got a lot better on defense. The Vikings did. I mean, the Vikings are going to be tough this year. I don't think anyone's going to. I mean, even with all of the bad stuff that's happened to the Vikings, it's a young team for the most part, and the guys that you got, Grenard and Van Ginkel, those are good. Those are good. And Sam Darnold, really, you're replacing a quarterback that wasn't good. You had a Rolodex of quarterbacks last year, and Sam Darnold gives you stability for the first time in forever. So props to the Vikings for sure. Gun Guy says Bears was struggling against a shit team. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't agree with that at all. Are you saying that the Titans are a shit team? The Titans are going to be somebody to deal with all year long, especially on defense. That's a well-coached team right there. That's a good defensive team. That's a very, very tough defense for Caleb to face on his first game. And they won. I mean, who cares about struggling? We don't minimize victories on here. Or at least it doesn't get far with me. You can have whatever opinion that you want, Gun Guy. That's fine. I mean, but I'm not going to down a team for winning. It's hard to win in the NFL, and you do it whatever way you can do it. And I don't care how it happens, because all the players are NFL caliber players. There are no bad teams in the NFL. There's only bad seasons, But the thing is when you got 32 teams that are always fighting each other every week, and they're all good teams. I mean, teams are at the top, teams are at the bottom, but these guys, there's no bad players on a team. You got 53-man rosters, 32 of them. There's not a bad football player on any of those teams. All those guys can ball. All those guys can ball. Even to the practice squad. David says faith, family, and football. You're right. It's about time for me to get out of here. That's my cue. I always enjoy coming on here and talking some football with you guys. But we have a motto here. It's faith, family, and then football. And I think that's why we do have a lot of other fan bases that come in here and make their comments, because we let them speak freely because of faith, family, and football. I can love on you. Like, I love you, Broski Bear. I love you, Jason MC, Sarah, Steve, if we ever get Packer fans back in here, A-Dub, all of those peeps that come in from the other teams, because I can love on you guys, man. I love you guys. I just don't like your football teams, and that's okay, because we believe in faith, family, and then football. So we use football to spend time with our family. We use football to create memories. We don't let football use us. And as always, the blessing right here, because I want the best of stuff for you guys. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again tonight for the Main Event Football Show. God bless. See you soon.
Hey yo, the lies so that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, canvas open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like licensing was popping in like oxygen when boxes wet. Focus on the mental, never lose like smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose what I get to, never lose smooth on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we winning it, maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision that pay me, it's never to sway me. Indigenous, maybe we winning this crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity.